Oh wow.
What you were saying as far as like because you were saying it's a power dynamic or whatever. I mean, you can say that. It's just that women want a guy who other women want. Okay, typically. He has options, whatever. Men don't want a chick that's all over the place, like, oh, every guy wants her. Like dudes would prefer a girl that's like low key, that's like kind of like his, you know? It's like when a girl's putting herself out there and all the other shit, like, yo, that's just not attractive a lot of the time. It's really not. Because guys know subconsciously, it's not about being insecure. It's about risk mitigation.
I think that's back in the days. That's like old generation where they want low key girl. They want girls they can have fun with. Like I want to have fun with my girl. She cool. Like that boring shit is out of the picture now.
Well, here's the thing.
They don't want to.
You say that, but do you want your guy to be stronger than you?
Of course.
Do you want your guy to be able to protect you in times of danger?
He
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Do you want your guy to earn more money than you?
Of course.
Do you want him to be more confident and ambitious than yourself? Mm-hmm. Sounds to me like you want a traditional man.
Gotcha, bitch.
But you're not a traditional woman. See what I'm saying? See what the issue here? You want a traditional man, but you don't want to necessarily be a traditional woman. And my thing is this. If you want to be 50-50 and modern woman and, you know, be non-traditional, fantastic. You can go ahead and get a guy that isn't traditional, a guy that's going to go 50-50 on the bills with you, a guy that's your height, a guy that's going to let you do certain things, a guy that's not going to put his foot down. See, when you use female logic back on them, it doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. But guys are supposed to accept a woman that's not traditional herself. You want me to be there willing to die to protect you, but you won't even deactivate your Instagram?
Once again, you naturally gonna do that because you love me. I'm naturally gonna stop doing these things because I love you. But that was the question in the beginning.
That was the question in the beginning. That's why it changed after, and that's when you start thinking, okay, maybe if it's for business and stuff like that. But in the beginning, it was the men of your dreams. Wow, I'm talking loud. I'm so sorry.
No, keep
I'm
going.
saying it said, would you delete your account for the men of your dream?
I said no. Mm-hmm.
That's just basically it. Mm-hmm. That if that's the man of your dream, you would change that, and you will. I mean,
I'm gonna naturally change on my own, just like she's gonna naturally do all these things because he loves me, and vice versa.
I mean, honestly, Instagram isn't that important. If you wanna get something done with your business, you can create a website and actually make it look legit. So honestly, for the man of my dreams, yeah, I would delete that thing. If I wasn't making money off of social media, I wouldn't even be on that thing. So,
guys, real quick, once again, Steve will do it.
$500
Yo, $500 in total, man. So Steve will do it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Steve. Thank you so much. Yeah, but shout out to Steve will do it. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel, guys. He's a philanthropist, pretty much. You guys need to see. He gives away like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to support people on the street. Like,
do you know?
He'd be changing people's lives.
Money with Steve, if he didn't give it away, he'd be a public billionaire by now.
He'd be donating a lot of money.
Wow, bro.
God bless you. In his mouth.
Try to see if he'll do it.
So he got his whole fist in his mouth.
Yeah, and he actually, and people don't know this. He donates a lot of money off camera too. Yeah, guys, like a lot off camera. But going back to what I was saying, I mean, my thing is just this. I get what you're saying. Hey, we're in a different world nowadays. Like, people are different. Women are different. That's cool. I'm all about that. But I look at it like it's not a fair bet for the guy where he has to stick to his traditional roles while you could pick and choose when you want to be a lady. Does that make sense? I'm always expected to be a gentleman, but you're not necessarily always expected to be a lady. So my thing is, if I'm going to come in and I'm going to be a breadwinner, I'm going to be confident, I'm going to be ambitious, I'm going to check all these boxes for you, right? You need to check certain boxes too. True. It's just that women don't like it when men have standards and reinforce them. Women can have standards all day, but when a man has standards, which honestly are easy to appease, just don't be a hoe, don't embarrass me, don't look ridiculous, don't fucking make me look like a clown when I walk in front of people. That's all guys really ask for, but women never want to forfeit the ability to act like they're single when they're in a relationship. And my thing is like, yo, that's disrespectful. It's just that a lot of guys don't have the balls to tell women this, because if you say that, it's considered insecure. It's not insecure, it's risk mitigation. I'm not going to invest in someone who doesn't have... You're not going to hire someone to work for the company that isn't qualified for the job, right? If I own a prestigious law firm and you come and you show me your resume, you need to be qualified for the job.
Absolutely.
Right? But if a girl comes in and she ain't qualified for the job, she looks all fucked up, she looks crazy, whatever it may be, why am I going to hire her to work in my law firm? My law firm is prestigious. I'm learning to value my own law firm by hiring someone that's not qualified for the job. I mean, yeah. But women be out here pretty much expecting to work for a high quality law firm showing up in pajamas. And my thing is like, why should the employer accept you no matter how you come? No, you have to self-improve too. Women will show more respect to their employers than their own goddamn man.
That's crazy.
That's so crazy.
And that's a fact. That's the truth.
Vice versa.
Women are more submissive to their bosses than to their men.
Vice versa.
What do you mean vice versa?
Men the same way. Same thing. The same way you put it in them females, the same thing with males.
But a submissive man is not attractive. A submissive woman is.
You're right.
You are totally right.
So a man is not designed to be submissive. A submissive man is actually counterproductive to you as a woman. So we can't use this vice versa crap. Men and women are different. A submissive woman is attractive. A masculine man is attractive. But if you flip it, a masculine woman is not attractive. A submissive man is not attractive.
Yeah.
We're different. We're attracted to different traits.
A masculine woman and man.
What was that?
Well, both of them are the same.
Well, I say I'm an alpha female in a way, but I'm not a masculine. I'm submissive as it comes, but the business that I do, I have to have a alpha female vibe. But
there's no such thing as alpha female.
You can be. I don't agree with that though.
You're giving me.
You submit to the guy that you love, but you still have that alphaness in you. Like,
well, then let's just change the word. I got a business minded boss.
Aggressive.
Wait, but don't change the word because that's not alpha.
Well, let me change it back. I'm an alpha female that is very submissive to the right one. That earns and deserve it, but that's just how I, was brought up. I provide for myself. I've been doing a lot of things on myself. I mean, y'all can label it what y'all want, though.
Okay, that's fantastic logic. By your logic, then, I'm a very masculine man when I meet the right woman. Otherwise, I'm wearing heels, though.
What? No. When you meet the right woman, you're more.
No. Stop the show. Stop the show. See how when I use female logic back, it sounds fucking dumb.
I ain't wearing no Nikes.
No. But here's the thing. You said I'm an alpha female until I find the right guy. So in other words, translation, I'm conditionally submissive for the right man.
I actually didn't say that. I said I am an alpha female with alpha female traits, but I am a very submissive woman
to the right guy.
The right alpha,
which is verbatim, which is the definition of conditionally submissive. On the condition the guy reaches a certain metric, you're submissive, correct? Yes. It's literally what you just said.
It's not really that because I've tried to submit and it just didn't work. So I don't know.
The point is this: you said you're alpha female, which translation that means you're masculine because you're alpha female, which means you're a go-getter, you're assertive, you're dominant, you're a hard worker, you're A-type personality. Nothing embarrassing about that. Cool.
That's definitely.
But these are masculine traits, whether you want to accept it or not. So then you go ahead and you say, well, I'm submissive to the right guy, which means by default you're conditionally submissive. Fantastic. I'm using your same logic with you. Mm-hmm. I'm a masculine man for the right woman, baby. Monday through Wednesday, I wear heels. If I find the right girl, Saturday night, I'm wearing them loafers. See how crazy that sounds?
True.
So my thing is this.
It sounds very crazy.
That was a push.
But that's what I'm trying to say is that women expect. Well, I can pick. Just going back to what I said before, I can pick and choose when I can be feminine, but you always got to be masculine. See how ridiculous it is? I should be able to say I want to wear heels on Saturdays. I want to be conditionally masculine.
And it goes back to what I was saying. Once you get in a relationship with that person that you love, you're naturally going to change for that person.
Yeah, when I get in that relationship that I love, I'm going to wear shoes again.
But you're skipping. But you know what? It's funny though. You're skipping steps because let's say, for example, the guy doesn't know you yet. You act masculine. He's like, damn, I'll never wipe her up.
And
so before you even get to that relationship, he's like, nah, I'm not going to mess with her. Because of how you act.
Guys love the thrill of the chase. So even if I give defense, guys gonna be consistent. They love the thrill of the chase. Y'all love that shit.
Men don't want to.
Y'all like to hunt. So I give you, I make you hunt a little bit, and then once we get together,
we're hold on. We're moving the goalpost. The argument is simply being conditionally submissive is retarded, just like me being conditionally masculine is retarded. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not saying you can't be a go-getter and a boss and all that. You could go ahead and do it, but you got what do I always say? For every action, there's a reaction.
True.
So the thing is that I love a woman say this, oh, I'm a go-getter, I'm a boss bitch. Well, if you earn a lot of money and you're successful, guess what? You can't turn that shit off, bro. You can't. People that are successful have certain characteristics that make them, they're successful for a reason. They eat, breathe, and sleep their success. They always think about their business. They're always competitive. They're always grinding. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you can't pick and choose when you want to be a lady. You might fake it. Oh, I'm on a date with a guy. Let me act like a girl right now because I'm with him. But your real self is going to come out to some point. Mm-hmm. So
true.
All I'm simply saying is that you're making those.
Well, I'm very girly.
You that don't mean you can't be girly.
I'm very girly.
Penis.
But I'll go
penis.
One mic at a time.
Go
ahead.
I just feel like just because I make a certain amount of money and I'm successful and I'm a go-getter and I'm ambitious, I don't mean I can't be submissive. Because I'm a hardworking female, I can't submit to a man. I mean, no, I don't see the problem.
No, well, here's the thing. it's not that you can't submit to a man. It's that now your threshold to submit to a man has increased.
Okay, so I'm not settling
for less.
That's great.
Okay,
that's a good point. You're not settling.
Right.
So why should a man that's high value that meets all your requirements settle on you?
Okay, so would you rather a leech? Would you rather somebody who's not making much money and then
yes,
it'll be all right, but it'd be the
No,
same.
let her finish. Go
It'll
ahead.
be the same men that say that, and then once a female then complains, say, "Oh, bitches are bums. They just want to leech on me. They're gold diggers. They're this, they're that." Like I see it all the time.
They say that to appease to your ego so that they can sleep with you.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
Answer me this. Men lie all the time. Actions speak louder than words. You work at G5.
Okay.
How many of them dumb bitches do you see hanging out with millionaires that you know that bitch is retarded?
All the time.
Thank you. So actions speak louder than words. They'll say that because they know you're a go-getter. They know you're a higher earner. They know that you're not necessarily a dancer, but you're making money behind the scenes doing other things. So they're going to appease your ego and tell you, yeah, I'm tired of these fucking dumbass bitches that just use me for my money. Why? Because men understand you got to build rapport with girls. Let me appease to her ego. So girls that are successful that make money, what is the guy going to do? He ain't going to tell you, man, you act like a nigga. This ain't attractive. He going to tell you, oh my God, yeah, I love a girl that gets her own. It's cap though, because the actions show men typically want girls, right? The successful men that you know, and you see, you've already proved it for me. They're what? Girls that don't make money like that. You want to know why? They're easier to deal with. Girls that make their own money have high standards. They're assertive. They're dominant. They're non-compliant. They're competitive. These are great traits to have as a man, but it's not that great for a girl.
Yeah, but ideally, I feel like a quality man wants a girl who has some sort of quality, period. Like, how can you be an asset
Here's the problem. Are you a man?
No.
You can feel how you want and you can say what you want men should like, but men and women are different. We like different things.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. You have become the man that you're looking for. Assertive, dominant, aggressive, competitive, ambitious, etc. Great for you, but it's gonna hurt you to a degree. And what I mean by that is that you're a higher earner. You live here in Miami. You're accustomed to a certain lifestyle. For a man to even get to you, for you to even notice a guy, he's going to be a small minority of men. And you're tall. So you probably want a guy that's 6 foot, 100 grand at least a year, attractive, confident, ambitious. You know how many of these guys are around? Only 3% of the U.S. population is 6'2" or above. And we haven't even added in 100,000 a year or more. So how many of these guys are there? And then more importantly, how many of these are these guys out there that are going to want to date you?
That's true. I mean, that's
so who has the leverage here? The man or the woman?
But so I should
hold on. Answer the question. Who has the leverage? The man or the woman? Supply and demand.
The man.
Okay. So who dictates the terms?
But
there you go.
But what I'm trying to say is that necessarily men complain a lot when they have females that don't bring enough to the table. And then they complain about them. But when you do have females that bring things to the table, it's considered.
Who's on the boats though?
They complain about them.
Who's getting dates? Who's getting the bags?
Drama.
The dumb bitches that you're talking about.
Yeah, but they're not.
Actions speak louder than words.
But are they? Is it long term though? They're those bitches that's getting the bags, that's doing it. They gotta run from the next nigga that got the money to the next nigga that got the money. They gotta keep that up because they don't have nothing else to bring to the table.
Their body count.
But it's a look.
Their value goes down.
And I mean,
like
a real thing. I mean, females date niggas' pockets, and niggas date females' bodies. Like,
yeah, but you're missing the point.
That sounds tough.
That for the guy that you want, being assertive and competitive, etc., is going to hurt you. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not a man that has these traits is sexy. A woman that has these traits loses her sexiness. And you're educated too. You got a bachelor's degree. Your standards are fairly high.
They are.
Okay, but again, those standards are high. How many of these guys are around? And most importantly, how many of those guys are around and want to date you? Seriously.
Never had an issue, but I did get.
Do you have a ring on your finger?
No.
There you go.
But I'm not necessarily ready to get married. Like,
when?
What do you mean when?
What age?
I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to get married in the near future, but
what age?
I would say like 27, 20, maybe 28, 29.
Okay.
Damn, that's 2 years.
How old are you right now?
25. I don't see it 27, but 28, 29.
I mean, if you want to be married by 28, 29, you're going to probably need a few years to, date the guy, get to know him, etc. That's going to take a couple years. So, like, you should be actively looking now if you want to find that guy. And the thing is that the older you get, the more that window closes. When you're 30 years old, you won't be able to compete with the girls that are 20.
That's true.
Unfortunately. So it's like, I think women need to have a serious sit down and think to themselves, like, all right, if I'm not going to settle, am I okay with the fact that I'm not going to find a guy? And most girls are not okay with that, but at the same time, they don't want to settle.
I definitely thought about that.
And I'll be honest with you, your standards are really high. If you do find a guy that you want, he's going to fuck other bitches. That's a fact. Are you willing to accept that?
Well, damn.
Are you willing to share your high value man?
No, not necessarily. No.
In
I
that
think
case,
it's more so. It's not so much
get a dog.
like you. I feel like it's more so reality
Podcast.
and what you want to deal with. Like, no, I don't want my man to cheat on me. But realistically, if you look at man's nature, how much men, look at the ratio, like how much men is really cheating in marriages, how much men is cheating in relationships. Like, it's realistic. Like, oh, am I going to sit here and say my man is never going to cheat on me? No, I'm not going to say that. But am I going to say, oh, I'm just going to accept the fact of cheating? No, I'm not going to say that either. Like,
you need to, though.
I mean,
listen, the rule is like Jesus say, don't get caught. Just don't get caught.
I mean,
Don't put it in your face.
That's the
Don't
rule.
put it in your face.
Just
Let me
don't
not find out.
Just don't get caught. I bet not catch your ass. Just don't get caught slipping. That's all I can say.
The
I don't
thing
know.
is, men are gonna sleep around with women. That's like literally in their nature. It doesn't matter.
Not all men. But 90%
if they
of them, not all
can,
men.
if they can and they don't have options. But if a man does have options, he will.
There we go. There you go. He ain't got no options. He ain't
I
getting
wish women would understand that, like, men are men, right? They're going to move how they move. Put your ego aside and say, you know what? Damn, this is facts. It's going to happen. I'm going to lower my expectations and submit to reality and say, you know what? Cool. This is what I'm getting into. Now I know, so I'm not going to be hurt. That's the biggest thing here. Once you know, you know. But if you don't know,
I'm just having a tough
Them
talk
expectations.
that your brother, your dad, your cousin should have told you, because a lot of girls, be honest, have an unrealistic expectation as to what kind of man they want, and then most importantly, what kind of guy that they can attract, and most importantly, retain. If you want a guy that's high status, that has his shit together, that has money, etc., you got to be prepared to share him sexually. You want him all to yourself? Cool. You're gonna have to date down and get a more average man. But we already went through. And I asked y'all, most of y'all don't want an average man except for her.
So do you think Justin Bieber would cheat on Haley? Because he's like,
He definitely has been.
They having 4.6 sixums.
Baby, baby,
that's a bad example.
baby.
That's a terrible example.
Because he's like a Christian.
Baby.
Celebs are the biggest ones that be fucking these chicks.
True, that's true, but he always make it seem like he's such a loyal man.
you have
making
to.
it seem.
He's in the public eye. You have to.
face. Scream.
Because of, and he
That's
always
why
talks about
NDAs
his
exist.
background.
That's why NDAs exist. That's why, like, no, like.
What if there's some people? Because I watch like
Oh, here we
Criminal Minds and like FBI Profiler. There's literally some guys. There are literally some guys that literally just can't cheat because they're so into the religious purposes. Like,
Okay, that's a buffer. That's a hedge against infidelity. Is a very
yeah, because
religious
some
man.
of them that just can't disrespect
But
God.
how many
that they
religious
just
guys
stay
are you gonna
low.
run into in 2022, bro?
A lot.
Let me tell you something. I'm
see a
sorry.
lot.
And even if he is religious, he's still gonna fuck bitches.
Exactly. Because
That's some of them,
Hold on.
but that's fake ones.
Go
Those
ahead.
are fake.
the thing
Go
is,
ahead.
the main one, like you'll be surprised, but a lot of men that cheat, a lot of them are Christians, and they have beliefs.
So you
Just
talk
'cause
to
they're
all
Christian, I'm
Christians
religious.
Yeah,
for that
No,
statistically
but
accurate.
I'm not saying it's accurate, but I've seen it multiple
Speaking in
times.
general, ladies, remember, you got to remember that the exception is not the rule. We're saying in general how the world works. If you're gonna take, straw man like, oh well, this guy didn't do it, all right, oh, a guy here that didn't do it. You're talking about a very small percentile. Like, we got to go off of probability, not possibility. Women always like to go off of the possibility. Hey, I know that guy's out there. I know it's a 0.5% chance, but you know what?
Delusion.
It's possible. No, we got to go off of what's probable. What is probable? Okay, if I meet a man that's 6'3", that's attractive and can get and got me, well, there's probably a lot of other bitches that want him too. Damn. Okay, there's gonna be bitches sucking his dick in the bathroom. He's gonna be smashing chicks every now and then. But you know what? He comes to me. I can live with that. I have the house. I have the kids. Whatever.
I agree. The higher quality of the man, the eventually gonna cheat. That's why my rule is just don't get caught. I mean, I don't know where you at all times. Just don't get caught because I'm not from the
Don't-
church.
You seen Jay-Z?
Don't put it in your face.
I
That's all.
mean,
Yeah,
don't
come
look
in my
though.
face. Like,
Okay.
and she better not disrespect me or
And be
you better-
honest.
yeah,
All right,
And be
so-
honest.
You got something?
Yeah.
Anyone else? Yeah, go ahead. Please.
I think there's a big difference between high status and high value. Like, I think that if a woman has respect for herself, then maybe she wants to be chosen and not treated like an option. And I think too, it kind of plays into this argument where we're talking about like a woman should be submissive and a man should be
Let
dominant.
me just stop you real quick. She doesn't get that choice once you reach a certain level.
If she wants to be with a guy of that level, but I don't
But
think the
here's the
majority of
thing:
women want that.
once you deal with a guy of a certain level, you forfeit all leverage as a woman. That's
Of
an uncomfortable
status.
reality. Yeah, of income too.
Right, but I think that there's plenty of men who make an income who want to have a family, who don't want to have this huge extravagant life, that want to be monogamous. I don't think that it's like every single man.
They're gonna step out from time to time, bro. telling you.
Those
work
Especially
trips.
if you don't cook for them.
With those work trips, when they're out with the guys, when they're on the, whatever it may be, they're going to step up from time to time. I know what you're saying. What you're saying is ideal. Hey, that's the best way it could be. But I'm preparing women for reality.
That's true.
Because that mindset that you have is why so many women are sad, depressed, whatever, when they get they catch their guy cheating on them. You think you're with a Chad that makes money, is successful, that he's going to be all to you? No, this guy is extremely rare.
But I think that if a woman I think it's not the issue that he's going out and having sex with other people. It's that you're choosing consciously to commit to a monogamous relationship. And then you're breaching that trust. So it's not about you have the desire and that makes me upset, making me, what's wrong with me? It's like you decided that you wanted to be in a relationship with one person, and because of your
You want to hear a dirty little secret?
Mm-hmm.
No, you decided to be in a relationship with that guy monogamously. Men and women are not the same. If you leave a man to his own devices, our sexual strategy, spread our seed far and wide. Your sexual strategy, meet the best guy, consolidate on him. So one person has to concede in the mating process. The problem is that most guys on paper concede to the women, but in reality, they don't.
Yeah, but
if they have the status to not be able to do so. So monogamy, you're looking at it, here's the problem. You're looking at it through a female lens. You're looking at it like monogamy, yeah. But for guys, monogamy is not what they want. A man's sexual strategy is have sex with as many chicks as he can, bust nuts till the day he dies, spread the seed far and wide. Woman is, let me get the best guy and consolidate on that man to get security for not just me, but my children.
I understand what you're saying, but I think that in a society where there are benefits to monogamy, like people might be drawn to that. And I think that also this idea that all men just want to spread their seed, we're human beings living in a society and have rational thought. So we can decide I have these urges, but this is not necessarily the lifestyle I want to live. If you're going into a monogamous relationship, then let that woman know, hey, down the line, I'm going to step out. It's not
we tell guys to be honest about that.
Yeah,
upfront. But that's an ideal world. Most guys are not going to be honest.
Right, but then that's a problem because it's not the fact that you want to step out.
We can't handle the truth. That's why. Look at right now. I don't know if you guys noticed. I've been watching all of you very closely. I've given you guys the raw truth. And all of you have been very unhappy with the raw truth.
No lube.
Not all, but you guys have had points of contention with what I've said. It's been a fairly difficult conversation, fairly uncomfortable. Do you think I would want to have this conversation with a girl that has my children, has my family, could potentially divorce me and I lose half my money? Fuck no. True. That's why guys can't be honest. Women can't handle the truth. We went around earlier. What do you think about this chick? She's beautiful. She's a fucking whale. But again, women can't handle the truth. This is what I've come to realize. I've interviewed well over 1,000 of y'all, man. I know you guys better than you know yourselves. Women can't handle the truth. They prefer comforting lies over uncomfortable truths.
I think you're saying women can't handle your truth. There's not the truth. Everybody, there is no
truth. That's why there's a lot of girl drama.
No, it's true. As coming from a woman, you sometimes can't handle the truth.
That's how beef starts.
Here's the thing. There's only one truth, man. There's not your truth, my truth. Truth is not subjective. It's objective. And I would make an argument that saying that truth is subjective is extremely dangerous. Because when you say truth is subjective, well, now that truth is based on someone's interpretation. And that person might not have the cognitive ability or awareness or knowledge to even be able to distinguish what is true and what is not.
Right.
Clearly,
could you imagine if we went around and said, well, you know what, man? It's my truth. 1 + 1 is 3. We would be living in a dysfunctional, fucked up society. Nothing will be built correctly. Everything will be fucked up. You need one truth so that we have a stable line of foundation that we can all come to and build from there. So this whole ideology of honestly, I only hear women saying this stupidity. Most guys, at least masculine men, understand there's one truth. But this whole my truth, your truth, whatever. No, there's just one truth. Your appreciation of the truth is relative, but the truth is not. So you don't have to like the truth. Some people don't.
There's facts versus opinions.
Yes.
If there was one truth, why are there many different religions? Why are there many different opinions?
Some are false.
Well, that's because somebody ain't like something, they took that and built their own.
Some are false.
Everybody sees the world through their subjective lens.
Doesn't mean that's right.
Even you saying this woman is a whale, that's not the truth. That's your truth. Somebody else might look at her.
She's technically obese.
Okay.
That's a fact.
For her age and her height, she would probably be technically
She's obese.
No, she's a fact.
Well, somebody
Even though-
might look at her and think that like that she's not a whale. Like, so you're saying that like that's
Hold on.
just the
Let's go back. Let's get the feelings out of it. Sentence ends right here. She is technically obese from a numerical standpoint. She's obese, which therefore means she's fat. Then I can use a joke. She's a whale, which means fat.
Yeah.
But your opinion on relationships isn't the truth. It's a
Or
truth.
to
What part was not true?
The fact that this idea that every single man, like,
I said most, not all.
it's not, yeah, even that. Maybe
Let's take a
men that
poll.
you
We
know-
got 10,000 plus people in here, almost 11,000 live
Like
viewers.
the
Most of
video,
them are men. Like the video, by the way. Guys, if given the option, would you want to be monogamous or have multiple women? Well, ask the guys in here. We got almost 11,000 guys in here. They're going to be able to vote, anonymously, so they can be honest without necessarily losing their jobs or getting embarrassed or whatever else, or maybe getting their wife mad. So we'll see right here. We're going to do a poll, and you'll see what they say.
I just think
Actually, Myron,
What?
We had a poll already.
Oh, we already had the poll?
we already did that.
Oh,
exact
okay.
question.
Okay.
I feel like your niche, so it's like your niche that follows you obviously like believes what you say and your opinion. They're your fans. Like, so majority of the poll is gonna be on like
It's a completely
the side
biased poll
that
'cause
you're
it's-
saying. Yeah, it's biased.
It's not as accurate. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, more than 180%, only 120%. That's fairly accurate. So I'm saying
yeah,
the
but it's
majority
also
of guys.
people that follow you, so it's like your
Well,
niche.
we got a lot of haters that watch this too. So
Yeah,
I would say like
from
half
all
of
over
our
the
fans
world.
have small haters
UK, Netherlands, Africa, Australia,
from all over the world. So
all over the world.
yeah, but you're
but they like
on a
you, obviously,
podcast
you know?
of people
No,
that
there's
disagree.
people-
There's people that watch that don't like what they're just haters.
Yeah, but I
you're
doubt they're doing the poll if like
No, they
They
wouldn't do a
weren't.
poll
I
because
know. No,
they
we got a
guys
lot
want
of
to
people that
come.
hate watch
She's
this too.
trying to say that they haven't tested like the whole entire world.
So
for it to be considered
here's the thing.
accurate.
What is not true? So your argument is that most guys is your argument that I'm not correct and I say most guys want to be able to have multiple women?
I think that maybe some guys, I don't think we should throw around these words like most when we don't have like the statistics.
I'm not gonna lie, this
Not
is
all.
popular in the Asian culture though.
I want to just say this. I kind of feel as though, like, for the roles switch for females, when we growing up, not I say 19, 20, most likely we have most of our shit together because our parents help us out, give us that push, right? So we have the option to meet different guys and do all that stuff. Once we get older and then the guys finally get their shit together, it's like
You are
okay,
older.
hush. Once the
There you
guys
go.
get older and actually get their shit together, it's like now they got multiple women they can go. They can go to the younger, they can go to all, like, the things flip.
I mean, here's the thing. You can say that, but since the beginning of time, powerful men have had hordes of women. So, again, it adds credence to what I'm saying. I mean, it's a very simple concept. Men want quantity, women want quality. I don't know why this is very difficult to understand.
But hold on, her point of reference, right?
It's probably her boyfriend.
No, because our point of reference or origin is a group of men, right? That feel the same way. What's your reference? Because you said I feel like it should be this way. What's your reference?
I'm not saying I feel like it should be any certain way, but I think that there's a reason why many women, not just women, but people have an contrasting belief in this regard. So I think that saying that this is the truth isn't necessarily true. Like, I think that it's an opinion, not a fact.
That most men want multiple women, that is a fact. And
I
it's
think
proven by biology since the beginning of time. It's just that most guys can't execute it.
You can use that same biology though to argue that women want multiple men too, just
They
because
don't.
that's not necessarily true. And I think
Let's
too,
go
like,
around the
this
table
is
right now. If you can have sex with multiple guys at the same time or just one guy,
Who'd
which
you
would you
pick?
prefer?
I would prefer one guy.
One guy.
one.
Give me Morris Chestnut and
Mike.
go
What?
on, get it. Oh,
Mike.
shoot, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
One guy,
Yeah, got
one
you.
guy or multiple?
Let me
right.
I'll get one.
One. Uno.
One.
Gotcha, bitch.
It's just honestly
Your
too
own
much.
panel of women prove my point.
That's
If
my
given the
point.
choice, women prefer one guy. If man, give him the choice, multiple girls. It's
Two
very simple.
sausage?
I don't think
That's
there's
too
anything wrong with
much.
wanting multiple partners. I'm saying that why don't you seek out a woman who is either polyamorous or you have to accept the fact that I have to find a woman who's going to accept that I'm going to sleep around and like someone who's going to be okay with being
I already answered
monogamous
your
on
question.
her
Most women
end.
can't handle the truth.
So you
Mhm.
lie?
So they're a lot of guys lie, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
have you had a
unfortunately-
girlfriend that was polyamorous?
What does that have to do with anything here?
Well, no, I'm just asking. Like,
I'm the argument here simply, guys, is that men want multiple women. Women typically want one guy. That's the argument. Men want quantity, women want quality. I can't believe.
What is always our personal?
Yeah, what is our personal?
Because I mean, you give like the dating advice and stuff. So like, have you talked about like your relationships and you know?
Actually, our thing is our shit's public.
What the our shit.
I mean, I don't know.
But why that doesn't take away from the argument that men want quantity and women want quality. You're deflecting.
I'm saying like, have you been in a relationship where the woman was okay with that? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So and you
if
told
you're high
her?
value enough, women will share you. That's just the way it is. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
Multiple. And her
the
thoughts
difference
don't
is
matter.
that you have to really have your shit together to be able to execute it.
Yeah. So you don't lie, you just tell them, right?
I tell them.
People have 2 wives.
But here's the problem. I tell girls I'm honest, but most guys aren't gonna be. So I'm preparing you guys for the future. Most dudes aren't gonna be honest about this.
Appreciate it.
And
Just look
at Diddy.
So then what are women getting in this trade-off of a relationship if it's not the bills anymore?
You will learn with time.
Well, women, you get security.
What
you,
kind of
you can't.
security?
So here's the thing: men can easily replace all the things that women bring to the table, but a woman cannot replace what a man brings to the table because women are creatures, social creatures. Women are more interested in people. Men are more interested in things. So women want that relationship with a man. Women need men, and I know people don't like it when I say that, but it's the truth. Women biologically need men.
Well, I think we all need each other. There's no way we can have an evolving society. if
Women
we
need men for
rely on each
survival.
other.
Men don't need women for survival. Men need women for societal propagation.
Yeah.
There's difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's proven.
That's actually true.
We got Fit
Very
Diglets,
true.
$300 says, stop it, get
It's
some
him
help.
with his eyes. Every
Stop
time he
it.
just
3 Diglets in the
jump
building.
to the point.
Yeah, I'm not saying. Here's the thing: I'm not saying men are better than women or whatever. I'm just saying that the things that we tend to be better in are very important for survival, which is why women need men for survival. It's only in modern day times that women have been able to exist without the provisioning and security of men.
Yep.
Right, but it's.
But-
I mean, a woman
If we were to
raising a
take away
child.
Wait, hold on. Let's let her finish. Please go ahead, and then we can say your point.
Like men are able to do these things after being raised by women, after these women gave birth to them. Like women play a major role in society.
I'm not saying women are useless. You're making the mistake of thinking that I'm saying that women are useless.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
men
simply
do need women in that sense.
no. Men do not need women for survival. Strictly that. Men can survive on their own without women. We can't propagate a society without y'all, though. So we need women to continue the lineage.
So then you can't survive necessarily. And women.
You absolutely can. You just can't have another generation.
Yeah.
So why can't a woman why can't a woman survive without a man?
A woman cannot force enough calories for herself and her children by herself. It's only in modern day society that they can with modern conveniences like convenience stores, electricity, technology, whatever. But since the beginning of time, there's a reason why women, when a new army would come in and take over, the women went with the victors because they can't survive on their own. Women cannot defend themselves against the elements by themselves. They're not strong enough to manipulate the world and change things like men are.
I understand what you're saying, but I think that our society has evolved a lot, and now we do have these
Great point.
conveniences.
Okay.
So why keep that old
Social constructs
ideology?
don't adhere to reality. In other words, you've been programmed for millennia to be a certain way. Just the fact because we have electricity or whatever doesn't change the fact that you're programmed a certain way. You still want a tall man. You still want a guy that's stronger than you. You still want a man that's ambitious. These are hardwired traits in you as a woman to look for these survival traits in a man, even though we have all these modern conveniences.
That's not necessarily true, though, for everybody. Not everybody
They
wants
teach-
like a big, tall, strong man.
I would argue a majority of women want a guy that's taller, bigger, and stronger than them.
They teach that
Let's be honest here.
with cartoons, like superheroes. They always tall, big, strong. When we just literally watch.
I mean, the man that you're with right now is 6'2". I'm
think
willing
about
to
it.
bet that was a large component in your attraction towards him, which is a survival trait.
I mean,
You can't fight your biology. Attraction isn't a choice.
I think in general, though, like these conversations aren't actually applicable to a real relationship dynamic because attraction is deeper than all of these rules we have before we go into a relationship.
Okay, so we were on the point of men need. See, you're moving the goal. The point I'm trying to make here is women need men for survival. I explained to you why. Even in modern day society, right? Women still look for survival traits. That was the argument.
He's the leader.
I give her 3 months.
Women need men for survival.
3 months.
I mean, what?
Yeah, so he gave her 3 months.
There was someone
3
else that
more
was going to
months.
say something.
Right here.
Go ahead.
It was kind of similar. I was basically saying if we had like an apocalypse and everything was destroyed, nothing, no phone, nothing.
Yeah.
We were all reliant on a man to like.
Facts. Well said.
You never
Like,
know. Yeah, you have light and
gotta keep it
electricity
going.
and
And the reason why for that is because like let's say like the power went out tomorrow and people were scavenging the streets, whatever, would you physically, realistically be able to defend yourself against a man? No, you wouldn't. You would lose 9 times out of 10.
Yep,
women cannot physically compete with men in any degree. A high school boy will destroy you.
I just think that
No
regardless of no, it's okay. I just think that regardless of like these truths or whatever about like men, even if a woman did like need a man to survive, I don't think that that has to play into a relationship. Well, a man isn't, because women need me, not I'm entitled to having all of these freedoms that she's not.
3 weeks.
Would you be able to do construction work?
It's not about men are entitled to these privileges. I'm saying that when a man has worked himself up to get to a certain point, you cannot dictate how the relationship's going to go now. The man's going to do what he wants. You either get with the program or get left.
You will be submissive.
Women lose leverage when the man becomes successful. That's what I'm trying to explain here.
Yeah. And there's more male as construction workers than women. Like, I don't know.
Wait.
Just take the L.
Wait.
Just take the L.
I mean, I'm all for the open forum, but do you ladies see where I'm coming from here? Like, this is
Once
you get his shit together, we fuck.
Coming from a strong father, I understand.
Yeah,
I am
like-
a daddy's girl, and I understand. So, no,
like
you're
women are
absolutely
not
right.
the same as men. Like women cannot actually no. They did a shout out to Kevin Samuels. He talked about this, and they did a Survivor series called Bear Grylls. They put women on the island. They put men on the island. Within a few days, the cast had to come in and save the production crew had to come in and save the women. They couldn't get clean water. They couldn't hunt. They couldn't get food. They couldn't build shelter. But with the men, within a couple of days, they had shelter. They had water. They had food. Because men kind of understand there's a hierarchy. With the women, they're all trying to say, okay, what do you want to do? Let's vote on this shit. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Nothing gets done by community. You got to establish a hierarchy right off rip. Men understand this. So the guys are like, all right, you the most dominant guy, all right, you go build a house.
Yeah.
You guys go hunt. We're going to go clean water. The men were able to, divide the labor up. Bam, make it happen. Fuck your feelings. We need to survive. With the women, oh, how does this make you feel? Oh, let's not kill the animals. Oh, my God. So this is what happens when women are in leadership positions, and this crew had to come in and save the women.
I was in the army training, and I remember a guy. He just, hey, Samson, do this. He just started putting us to work. I'm like, okay, well, I guess he's the goddamn leader.
Like,
that's true.
yes,
Guys
daddy.
do just jump in and be assertive.
Yeah. So you can say that, but women really do need men for survival, because without a man's protection, who's gonna protect you against the other men?
You're right. I wouldn't have survived without my father.
I survived without mine, but you got a point.
Okay.